Hi buddies, welcome back to another learning activity in bonsai DIY. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to dwarf a coconut tree. Yes, you heard it right. We are going to be dwarfing a coconut tree and not making a coconut bonsai out of it instead, but dwarfing as what I have said. So before we move further, first things first. Okay, so what would be the difference between dwarfing and bonsaiing? Just take a look at the picture. See how the bonsai tree had developed mature branches. Beautiful branches attained through the bonsai process, which are wiring, pruning, etc. The coconut has palms, but it will never have generation branches. So therefore, we are just making a miniature tree out of it, although its trunk would harden just like a bonsai tree. That would probably be the most specific difference between the two. So from now on, let's correct the term. Instead of calling it as a coconut bonsai or a coco bon, let's call it a dwarfed coconut. That would be the proper thing to name it. Now that you've learned the difference between a bonsai and a dwarfed tree, let's go back to business. In order for your coconut tree to really have that miniature look, you should be able to shorten its palms, because that would give the balance. As you may have seen in the trunk, it's small. So shortening the palm would proportion itself to the body or the trunk of this dwarf coconut. So let's start the lesson. The first thing you need to do is to husk the coconut seedling that you have. Draw the husk out, leaving the shell and ensuring that the roots are intact. If the roots are already long enough, just let them be. Don't cut them short, or else your seedling will eventually die. Then the next step is to plant your coconut into a pot or whichever container you have for training. Just make sure that you'll secure it with a wire by tying it up. Although coconut is not sensitive to work with, part of the basics, it would give safety on your material as it's not established yet. Always remember that, especially when you're working on your bonsai materials other than dwarfed coconuts. And then fill it out with your soil mix. Use a stick to make sure all areas of the pot are filled equally. And the succeeding steps are the most important ones. So make sure to take note of them or just listen carefully. Cut out all the lower palms of the coconut through the aid of a cutter, just leaving 2 palms to include the latest shoot of course, and the other one next to it. Just make sure that you won't overcut the palms that you've removed, especially the ones that are nearest to the latest shoot or the youngest palm, because it will be its support. Otherwise, it'll break and eventually it'll die. Now that only 2 palms were left, cut the leaves of the more mature palm, forming a triangular shape, and remove the coconut fibers around it. So that way, the youngest palm will lessen its height growth because you've already cleaned its surrounding. So if you've minimized everything that surrounds it, therefore, you are also starting to minimize it as it's training. So you'll have a shorter palm as a result. And as easy as that, repeat the process over and over until you have better results. Without even noticing, you've already attained something worth waiting for. Just remember, achieving this form does not happen overnight. 2 years would require a lot of patience in order for you to have something like this. So if you're starting out with the hobby, Bonsai DIY is here to guide you. I'll be making more informative videos like what we did in our discussion today, so make sure to click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well, because in Bonsai DIY, together we will learn.